Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You are joining us at Hadeeqatul Mahdi, the blessed and beautiful venue for the Jalsa Salana. And this year we are joining you for the Jalsa Salana 2021, which will be commencing in the next couple of days. Of course, a little bit of a different Jalsa this year, what with everything that's been going on with the lockdown, the pandemic, a year of face masks and social distancing. So we're going to be having a look at how the Jalsa is somewhat familiar to what we are all used to, but there is definitely some small differences in how the fantastic and beautiful spiritual gathering of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in the United Kingdom will be happening this year. Let's head into the Jalsa site to see what's been going on and to see some of the key departments and workers that have been working day and night to put this fantastic annual convention together. Let's have a look. So along with some of the more commonly understood and recognized safety features like the 5 miles per hour speed limit for all cars here on the Jalsa Salana site, there are some that I think we're getting a bit more accustomed and used to around the world, which are going to be utilized here in the Jalsa Salana site as well, in order to ensure the utmost levels of health and safety for all the attendees of Jalsa. For example, every single visitor who is coming on the site will have to provide proof of their COVID test so that they have had a negative test for COVID. Then also we have the fact that face masks will be compulsory for every visitor on site. And then of course, at the entrance to all gates, all visitors will have to have their temperature checked in order to ensure that they come below the required level, in order to ensure the safety of all the people here at this fantastic Jalsa Salana.
So when a car arrives, we test everyone's temperature, after which we ask them do they have masks. If not, we've got spare available. If their temperature is higher than normal, we have plenty of test kits available. Yeah.
And what would happen if their temperature, say, was above the required level?
So we require them to do one of these tests. It takes about 30 minutes to complete, and we just make sure that they're test negative.
Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khairan. So as you can see, some really important protocols and procedures in place in order to ensure the health and safety of all the attendees of this year's fantastic Jalsa Salana. Of course, I should mention that people are only to come those that have been invited, and also those between the ages of 18 to 65, and those that have had their double shot of the vaccine, just to ensure that we are looking after the safety and the health of all those that are here. That's here at the main entrance gate, the entry point for many people coming into the Jalsa Salana. But let's take you a little bit further into the site of the Jalsa Salana to see what else is going on. So we are standing here in the kitchen of the Promised Messiah, and we have 3 brilliant volunteers here with us who have been working day and night to ensure that everything is ready for the Jalsa Salana. We have Sheikh Ashfaq Sahib, who is the head chef and in charge of the kitchens at present. We have Basil Sahib and Mabroor Sahib as well, who are also working here at the Langar. Can you tell us a little bit about what is going on here in the Langar and what's been different this year as compared to the last years?
So as you said, the preparations have started for this Jalsa and the workers are slowly coming in. So over here we're making the food for those workers that are volunteering in the different various fields in the site. In terms of what's different this year, we've had new ventilators installed, so that's going to keep bringing fresh air as well into the Langar. Obviously we're covered up with face masks and we're keeping our distance as well as much as we can. And also food is not only being made in Hadeeqatul Mahdi this year, they've also split it up so that some of the food is being made in Islamabad, which is another kitchen site as well. So they've obviously tried to space things out and keep the distance and the fresh air coming in as well. So that's what's different this year.
Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah for speaking to us. We wanted to ask a little bit about some of the security procedures that are in place. Of course, health and safety is very important every year, but even more so perhaps this year due to COVID.
This year, alhamdulillah, apart from what we were doing before, all the regulations are in place, and in addition to that, because of the pandemic, a lot of other guidelines have been given to us so that we can implement those through the health and safety department. Most important are social distancing so that we can keep safe distance between the people, and then limiting the number of people as well, and also making sure that people who are going to enter into site, they are fully vaccinated, and temperature is being taken for these operators and all the visitors frequently, just to ensure that nobody is having any symptoms here. So these are the key things that we are trying to implement these days, in addition to the previously implementations.
Jazakumullah, thank you very much. So here we are in the store of the Jalsa Salana site. Now this is where we store everything from water bottles to lentils to flour to absolutely everything that is needed here on the Jalsa site, not just for the couple of days of Jalsa itself, but indeed for the weeks before and after, where the setup and the wind up takes place. And of course, every single department of Jalsa Salana has its own people that come in, volunteers who help to run that department over this period of time. And you can see the sheer scale of the store itself. Everything is here that's needed, all been organized and set up by volunteers of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. And again, you can see just how much the scale of preparation that goes into preparing and setting up for the annual Jalsa Salana of the United Kingdom. So we've gone through the entry point of the Jalsa Salana, gone through a little bit about the langar and the storeroom and the kind of things that are going in terms of the safety measures. What we're going to do now is we're going to head over towards the car park. Of course, completely empty right now, quite eerie in fact. But indeed, this will in the next few days start to fill up with the cars of the spiritual adherents of the Promised Messiah coming to attend this year's Jalsa Salana. This time we've gone around and we talked about the entry points and talking about how the preparation goes in terms of getting to this point, the scanning marquee. Next time, we'll be showing you and giving you an insight as to what happens beyond this scanning marquee in the rest of the Jalsa Salana arena.